Trump train is bound for glory, Trump train. Trump train is bound for glory, Trump train. Trump train is bound for glory, this is the beginning of a whole new story. Trump train is bound for glory, Trump train.
Hello, folks.
I've had my fill of Bill and Hillary.
It's your girl, Suzzanne Monk. We're on Trump Talk US.
Blue pill for me.
Listen to a little, listen to a little, Trump music like we like to do. We just listen to a little Trump music. So, getting started on the show. Warming up, actually, folks, as we were out today. Doing a little press conference with Joy Vila. Joy Vila apparently had a press conference. I'm gonna let people get started. Zuckerberg's slowing down my views today. We'll just jam a minute. Morning, John.
Trump train is here for you and me.
Morning, Jasmine. Now.
We don't admit no good for nothing on the Trump train.
Just listen to a little Trump music. Like search Trump songs. There's like dozens of songs named Trump Train. You can listen to songs called Trump Train all day long.
I'm gonna make that bad mother suffer. When I'm done, he won't stuff another on the Trump train.
On the Trump train. So, folks, I was down today. Hello, Jasmine. How you doing? It's a little chilly here in D.C. I'm hoping it's warmer weather out there in beautiful sunny California where Jasmine is. If you don't know Jasmine, she is running in California. And that's you're running for Senate, aren't you, Jasmine? She's a great Trump patriot, been a Trump patriot for a long time. In fact, what was awesome about Jasmine is I actually knew her on Facebook as a Trumper before I knew she was running for office. So it was really excited to see people. It's excited to see and meet people that I know that are running for office and are stepping up to the plate. It's one of the things we're going to talk about a little bit later, but let's get to some news. Let's not talk about yesterday's news. Let's talk about today's news. So, Joy Vila. Oh yeah, you're in Houston now, and it's so cool. Yeah, it's kind of a cool front across. That's what the weather guy keeps telling me. It's cool. Well, it was cool this morning when I was outside in front of the police department where Ms. Joy Vila had scheduled a press conference. However, Ms. Joy Vila did not have said press conference. Press conference was canceled on advice of her attorney. Now, probably on the advice of her attorney, I would have never scheduled this press conference in the first place because I'm not even certain why the woman is choosing to deal with this entire issue in such a public way other than to use the publicity in some manner. And you're not going to get the publicity to benefit you because it's literally losing her followers on both the left and the right. So the only reason she could be trying to use the publicity is to hurt somebody else. And wow, no one seems to respect that on either side of the fence right now. So press conference, no press conference. We all went out. They had the camera set up. Hey, sweetheart, how's it going? Yeah, I know. I haven't yet gone over. Julie Osmond says that Obama has a big house here in 1.5 miles from the White House. I know probably the other side though, the foofy side. I have not hunted it down yet. I know he's here, but I have not hunted him down yet. Mostly because I just don't want to think about Obama. Who wants to think about Obama? Let alone go find his house. I mean, I guess I could get the good Christmas spirit and go caroling or something, and I just couldn't do it. I can't do it. And I don't care to troll. I mean, I understand that it is a possibility I could go troll Obama, but I don't want to. I don't want to be involved. I just want Obama to go away into history and never be seen again. This is really what I want. Just go away. So, I haven't found it yet, but I know it's here. So, and this is the thing. It's funny that you bring up Obama because this is the kind of stuff we've been talking about. This shadowy behavior Obama's been going around the world. You know, he's following Trump. He's doing press conferences. He did this interview with Prince Harry, smearing Trump. He goes to foreign leaders, talks smack behind our back, in violation of law, several statutes. So, you know, he's doing all this crap, and I want to be mad. But once, you know, I feel like I also just want to be done. I want to be done more than I want to be mad at Obama. You know, I just want to be done. So that urge to just be done makes me go, just move on, which is, good afternoon, Mary. I have a great idea. Mary, I'm going to message you later. I have a great idea for you. And we'll talk about it on what we were talking about the other day. So I just want you to know, heads up, alert, idea coming your way, my friend. Idea coming your way. If you are tuning into the show, do me a favor, click share. Share with your friends, share with your groups. Let people know that we are, in fact, doing the show. So, it's kind of why this Joy Vila situation is I kind of want to be done with Joy Vila. I kind of want to be done. I kind of want to just be like, you know what? Thank you, Karen. Thank you. We're going to talk about that later on in the show. I got that on my list. My New Year's article. I just want to be done and move on. I just want her to kind of go away. But she's not going to go away. And she's now playing the media game entirely. She's fully engrossed in the media game, setting up press conference. Hey, Yvette, how's it going, sweetie? Setting up press conferences, canceling said press conferences, sending journalists out in the cold. Although, the local people, I got to say, local journalists were out there ready to get the story. So, there are some are saying, this is just something that Trump supporters are only talking about. The news is picking it up. I mean, the regular local news was out there with the cameras set up, ready to go. No press conference. So, no, this story is getting some national traction, but to what end, I don't know, because I don't see how you get any benefit from the publicity, the kind of publicity she's getting, and it certainly continues to cause just sort of rejection on both sides of the aisle of her entirely. So, I can't imagine this is going to help you sell albums. I can't imagine I don't know what it's going to do. I don't know. But she's in operation, whatever operation it is. She's been, I just recently rewatched it does sound like that. I just recently rewatched The Manchurian Candidate. And if you haven't watched The Manchurian Candidate, the old one, Angela Lansbury, if you haven't watched it in a while, it's a nice winter time. Get a Saturday afternoon, get it on, get it online or whatever. Find it on Netflix, whatever. Look it up. It's a famous movie. You can find it and rent it in some way. Watch this movie. Watch this movie again, because it really speaks to the idea of the operative, someone who is and I'm not saying Joy Vila is being controlled, like mind control, and you play a fucking Red Queen, and you play a Red Queen, and she, is triggered to do stuff. I'm not saying that, but it does give you kind of an idea of how people can use other people, how people in government, how politics uses other people. And I think she's being used somehow by someone somewhere, and she's been launched already. The mission has been started. You can't pull back. So, yeah. It's fine. It's fine. We'll find out what happens with it. We'll find out what happens going forward. My main complaint is wasting law enforcement and media time over you got smacked on the butt. And I just am so tired of this Me Too movement and this idea that how we handle sexually inappropriate behavior of the past is to now go around complaining about it. And I don't think that's mentally healthy. I don't think that, I understand you have an experience, you're honest about it, you own what happened, you deal with the reality, you move on with your life, but jumping, going to like parades every year and think, I'm a victim, it's my victim parade. It's not healthy. Manchurian Candidate, thank you, Yvette. Yes, Manchurian Candidate. It's a great movie. It's an awesome old movie. Lots of intrigue, lots of fun. Great movie. So, This is what I'm saying. We're being played and she's being used to be played. And unfortunately, I don't like that we're using this Me Too thing yet again to try to play some game with the media, with the minds of the American people. It's very frustrating because I really feel that this is not healthy for women. It's not healthy. It does not empower women for everyone to go around and talk about how they're all victims. That's not empowering. Victimizing yourself, being a victim does not empower you. Standing up to people who are doing stuff to you that you don't like in the moment and dealing with it and then moving on with your life, that's empowerment. I don't know what these modern feminists are doing with this. I'm empowered by whining. No one is empowered by whining. No one. So, well, I'll let you know what goes on with that. Let's talk about, it's going to be the next distract from everything scandal because, of course, everyone's all distracted right now. The left all upset right now about Trump's global warming tweet. So he tweeted kind of a joke about how it's all cold everywhere and we could really use some of that global warming and how he got us out of the horrible TPP that and helping to pay for other people's global costs. I don't know. It was a fun little tweet. It was very tongue-in-cheek. But is the left freaking out about it? And most hilarious, if you get a chance, I'm going to share this so I can find the meme again. Most hilarious, Elizabeth Warren tweeted in response to the president saying something about how she believes in science. And so she believes in climate change, although I'm starting to really wonder with these people who say, I believe in science, that's why I believe in climate change. And I'm like, well, then you don't really believe in science. You believe in politically manipulated science because we already have plenty of evidence that the original founding scientific studies that led to the terms global warming, led to the entire movement, the craze, if you will, of global warming, flawed. And we continue to find scientists who are saying that that there is a whole group of climate scientists who are bending their data and that other data is found that demonstrates that actually we're in a normal cycle, that the earth goes in a regular cycle of climate change. It changes, but it's not being dramatically affected by anthropomorphic human activity. And certainly that more so, a lot more scientists just debunking what the climatologists, whatever they call themselves, are saying and, using as evidence for this political movement, really, the political movement of climate hysteria. So she tweets her little tweet. Elizabeth Warren, Trump tweets his tweet about, maybe we should do some global warming, bundle up. She tweets about she believes in science, which I don't think she does. But then James Woods tweets, well, DNA is also a science, and then totally busts her horns, Karen, busts her horns about her lies, Elizabeth Warren's lies, that she is Native American and her false claims that she used to get benefits in college and get a nice job, a nice gig, and all this cred and credibility and written up in a book, all this stuff that happened to her because she said she was a Native American when she's just a white woman. So, this is what everybody in the news is all freaking out about. The left is all freaked out about, all riled up about this global warming tweet, which, as I said, Trump plays the media and the left so well. It's exactly the kind of thing that he wants to do, because what he's actually working on is he's setting the stage for the immigration debate coming forward. When Congress gets back, we're going to start talking about things like building the wall. And of course, the Democrats are going to dig their heels in on DACA. Now, Trump has done something really brilliant. I'm really excited to kind of explain it and parse out this idea of what Trump is doing. Because sometimes Trump does stuff and it's complicated. It's a little complicated, but when you figure it out, you get really, I love sharing it. So here's the deal. Trump has stated to the Democrats that there will be no negotiating on DACA without first funding to build the wall. Now, hold up. because I know a lot of Trumpers get freaked out. They're like, there should be no negotiating in DACA at all. No DACA. Calm down. Calm down, everybody. Trump has not said there's going to be DACA. Okay. If you look at the numbers of DACA, it's actually a very small number of people. The parameters he's actually might even put, there's no decision yet. This is a leverage chip. So when Trump says that we're not even going to talk about DACA unless you first fund the wall, he knows that the Democrats are not going to talk about funding the wall. They're not going to talk about it. They're not going to talk about it. So the Democrats put up an intractable position. Unless you do DACA, we're not going to talk to you. And Trump says in return, well, I'm not going to even talk about DACA unless you fund the wall. An intractable position for them. It's a brilliant negotiation tactic. So often when you are in negotiations that the other side has just stated a position that is unacceptable and it's a deal breaker. It's just a non-starter. It's what you call a non-starter, literally. Sometimes the best solution to that is to counter with a non-starter for your opponent. And this is what Trump has done. So what you do by doing that is he's putting the Democrats in a very boxed position. So they have to then dig in further on DACA. They have to dig in further on these issues that he knows, one, don't have the public support, don't have the kind of that he can win on. He can certainly win on this issue with the Congress as it is. So he doesn't even need to negotiate with the Democrats about DACA at all anyway. But by stating that he won't talk about their main issue until they first do something they're never going to do, they entrench themselves in that issue. And now that isolates them in their argument, in their debate, in their methods to defeat Trump. You see, because what they're going to talk about is DACA. They're consumed with talking about the DACA with the Dreamers. If you don't do the Dreamers, they're going to dig in on that heel because they think they have some ground there, but that actually just that they've literally dug themselves into their own prison camp that Trump has put them in by claiming, I'm not even going to talk about DACA until we talk about funding the wall. So when you see Trump saying that, I want to be clear, it's very important that we all understand Trump is not negotiating. Trump is not giving in on DACA, because I know some people get very upset every time Trump says anything positive about the Dreamers whatsoever. They freak out. Yeah, the American citizens beat back Bush's amnesty plans 5 times. We can do it again. No amnesty. Go to the backing line and come in the front door. And Carrie, here's the thing. That's definitely what's going to happen. There's going to be no negotiation about it. I mean, the point I'm making is that Trump has taken their intractable position, DACA, which Trump knows nobody is interested on this side, and he's countered that with an intractable position for them, fund the wall. So he's established a situation where he has decided there is no negotiation to be had, and he is deciding the terms of the negotiation. So you see, the Democrats tried to decide the terms of the negotiation by saying, if you don't address DACA, we're not going to talk to you. And Trump then asserted his own terms of the negotiation, art of the deal, brilliant, asserted his own terms of the negotiation. Well, I'm not going to talk about DACA until you talk about funding the wall, until we fund the wall. There's just no negotiation on that. Taking back the power the Democrats tried to wield by controlling the debate, by controlling the negotiation, the terms. No, Trump controls the terms. So this is actually a great thing. How Trump is handling it is great. It in no way means that there is going to be DACA. It in no way means that there is going to be that the end solution is in any way going to feel like a compromise to any of us. What we will probably see as an end result is, in fact, a strong immigration policy we can all be proud of, border wall being built, additional border security. There may be some programs that specifically allow certain individuals, some portion of the Dreamer group, to remain without any citizenship and without any opportunity to become citizenship for a period of time based on some very stringent criteria. So those things setting up further stringent criteria for how we bring people in and being part of how we legally bring people in the future, and undermining some of the other laws that the Obama administration and previous administrations have put in place that have caved in and eroded our immigration system. So, we have a lot of programs, a lot of ways in which individuals can, we have a lot of visa programs that we bring people in on that we have are way overused. We have a lot of different methods of dealing with immigration right now that are being misused or mishandled. All the while, we have people standing online who are trying to get here legally, standing online. We have people in line doing the legal process for 10, 2, 5, 10, 15 years, extensive periods of time to come here legally. And that is something that needs to be fixed. But the law has been intentionally created in a viciously complex way. And they've woven all of these various programs and ideas like DACA. DACA is a great example, into the immigration system, creating this web mess of programs that can allow immigrants in various ways to come here without going through the traditional methods and without having some sort of merit to coming to America. I know it's great. We want to have people come to America and you can come and enjoy our great country. But Becky, no problem. You have a great one. Always, always, always. We have a great country. I'm happy to share it, but I'd like to share it with people who are coming to add to the country. I don't want to share it with people who are coming to take away from the country and then complain about living here because while living on all of our benefits. That seems ridiculous. I want people who want to come here and contribute to society. So I'm very much a fan of merit-based immigration, and I know Trump is too. But there is an unwinding of immigration law. Hello, Teresa. How you doing? There's an unwinding of immigration law that is going to have to be done. And Trump's going to do a lot of it very fast, but it is going to take a little bit of time and some steps. It's going to take a few different steps to deal with really unwinding this massive, just, bramble mess. You ever you go out into the yard and you have to clean out the bushes that are all prickly and they've overgrown over the winter and they're just everywhere and it's hard? That's what we have. We have a bramble patch. We have a bramble patch of immigration laws and programs that need to be rectified, simplified, and then, of course, making sure we're going to talk about that actually just in a minute here, Mark. Thank you for mentioning. We have to fix this network of laws and simplify, and certainly then be able to appropriately apply resources to people coming here legally. You shouldn't be online to come to this country for 10 years. You shouldn't be waiting for good people who want to come here, who want to participate in society, who want to work hard, or want to start businesses, who have great ideas, want to participate in the melting pot and the experiment of self-governance and make America great. People who want to come here and do that with us we shouldn't be waiting 10, 15 years for these people to be able to be U.S. citizens. At the same time, giving benefits to people who snuck in the back door. So we've got to undo a lot of mess. Trump is doing that. And this is what I'm telling you with this negotiation that he's doing with this dance. It's more of a dance that he's doing with the Democrats. In even discussing DACA at all, it's not a sellout. It's not a cave. This is how you negotiate the deal. Okay. They said, we won't talk about anything unless DACA. Trump said, well, DACA, I won't talk about that until you do this. So you have a condition, but I can't even deal with your condition until you've dealt with my condition first. Brilliant move. I love my president. I love his ability to negotiate. You are going to see. That's all right, Denise. I'm warming up still from standing out in the cold, waiting for Miss Joy Vila to have a press conference she didn't have. So, welcome. You're still here in time for plenty of show. Yeah. I just want everyone to not. I get tired of the Trumpers who get the sellout. Trump's caving. You get people who tell you everybody's ruled by the deep state. Oh my gosh, you guys. You got to see it for what's really happening. This is a brilliant negotiation. We're doing some great things, and they're going to continue to come down the pike. And frankly, this whole, like, I'm tweeting about global warming and triggering the left on purpose, part of that process, you guys. Part of the process Trump uses to control what the media is looking at so that he can engage in other negotiations more effectively without their involvement. So it's good stuff. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. And Mark says they are not dreamers. They are legal. Yes, they are not dreamers. This is the thing. You know, it's the same thing that happened with net neutrality. They love to name. Do you notice how the Democrats, the left loves to do this? The Republicans sometimes do too, but they're less good at it. So, they love to name things. So it sounds like it's a really good idea, but when you really look at it, it's the opposite of the name. So like net neutrality, it's like, oh, we want net neutrality. We want the net to be neutral. And then you look at it and you're like, oh, that's not net neutrality at all though. Net neutrality is the government being more involved in controlling the net. That's the opposite of neutrality. That's literally the opposite. So the same thing with the dreamers, Mark. You're so right to say that they're not dreamers. They're children who were brought here illegally by their parents. And let's be honest. Let's be clear and honest about who the dreamers really are. Many of the people who are here under the DACA program didn't come here when they were 2. You know, their parents brought them here, smuggled them up when they were a toddler. They were here when they were 16. They were here when they were 17, or when they said they were here when they were 16 and 17. There's no real evidence that, you know, some of these people are the age that they say they are. We have evidence, in fact, of other individuals, refugees, other illegal immigrants in America and in other countries who have misrepresented their age. And you come to find out they're not teenagers. They're not children. You know, that whole huge wave we had of unaccompanied, undocumented minors, the left called them. You recall, a whole bunch of illegal immigrant children were sent over the border, literally as an operation by Mexico allowed it. We gotta be honest. Mexico had to have some involvement in that because it was so vast and coordinated. But so we had all of these undocumented children come into the country, illegal immigrant children come into the country. Guess what? We found out a lot of them, many of them, not children, older than they said. Same thing happening over in Europe. They say they're, 16, 17, they're older. So there's no background exactly, Denise. There's no background available for many places, especially when you get further south of Mexico. You know, many of the South American countries there, very backwoods, some of the ways that people live. And we see how Venezuela has collapsed. I don't think you're getting any good records from Venezuela right now. They can't even find toilet paper. I'm sure if there were records, they probably already used it in place of toilet paper because the whole thing's melted down because of socialism. So, no, you can't get any good records. And in fact, we know that there's a lot of misinformation given in the DACA program. We are finding more and more dreamers, quote unquote, who in reality are much older than they originally stated and have committed a lot of uncivil activity, if not actual crimes. So, we have to be realistic. We on this side, we're realistic about understanding that you can't let, you don't want to let a wild boar into your house. You don't want to, because they don't understand that they're not going to be good for the house. You want to let, maybe you let a nice, domestic cat in the house because it can be part of the family. And I don't mean to compare illegal immigrants to animals. I'm making a point about you don't do stupid things. You don't let criminals into your house. I don't let the murderer into my house, but I might let my neighbor into my house. It's even a better example. So, and my neighbor is going to be somebody who probably moved in the neighborhood, is a legitimate individual, and, is there in an honest way. That's why legal immigration is so much. When you are a legal immigrant, you come into my country, you are my neighbor. Okay? When you break into my country, you're a criminal. You're an intruder. So, and yes, very possibly thieves of American identity. Denise, so important to mention because it's so true and it's such an important problem we have with illegal immigration right now as far as enforcing our labor laws. Because a lot of the people who come here are sold either they find and buy of their own volition, or as part of the coyote package that they bilk you for years and years and years and chase your family down and hold them hostage. Is not good. The money you pay to coyotes, they rip you off. It's not a legitimate business. You know, they're not like nice business people who are like, yes, for this flat fee, we'll make sure we get you to America and give you a passport and identity. No one's doing that. It's scam, scam, scam. But one of those may very well be, look, you're going to buy this identity. We're going to give you this identity. We're going to get you all set up. Fraudulent identities. And it's why employers across the country have such a hard time making sure that the individuals that they hire are legal. The IRS having identity theft cases, a lot of identity theft, credit cards, banks, all of that goes on a great deal. Without something like E-Verify, without something that literally creates a verification system that absolves the employer, you know, when the employer puts it in and says, this comes back, this is a citizen, or this person is legal to work here, then the employer can go, great, I'm good. I'm not going to get sued because I hired an illegal. That's the only way you can hold employers accountable is if they have a way to verify without hiring an attorney and a private investigator and all of the things that you actually need to find out if people are. So my phone rang. Sometimes that happens. So this is the problem is definitely what Denise said. Fraudulent identities is a huge, huge problem with the illegal immigration situation. And so without doing some significant things, now Trump has done some great stuff just by making it harder to be an illegal immigrant here. And that's reducing border crossings significantly because there's not the same promise. See, Obama did some really bad things, if you all recall. He made a lot of statements that basically said, you know, if you come here, we'll let you stay. And again and again encouraged individuals to come into the country illegally, and that has a significant effect. As much as it, you know, it doesn't affect you, and we're here, so we don't go, oh my gosh, great, let's break into the country illegally. But in fact, in other countries, those messages do in fact have an impact and create waves of illegal immigration or not, making, you know, how much you're enforcing labor laws, how much you're enforcing, you know, what is ICE doing? These are the kind of things that other countries look at, that other people in other countries look at to decide whether or not it's a good time to try to come and break into the United States. And so you have waves when the government is particularly, soft on illegal immigration. And Obama was not only soft, but deliberately inviting. And I don't think I'm speaking out of hand to say that. I think y'all remember many instances, multiple instances at least, where he was literally inviting people to come and, you know, that nothing bad would happen. Yes, the former employers were required for employment with people of U.S. citizen called an I-9. And see that, Denise, that we were talking earlier about, there's a lot of fraud even at the IRS, which is one of the problems that we have a problem with, even if the government can verify the identity of these individuals. And as we know, the IRS has a lot of problems even. So we need to continue to work on a best use system for for employers across the country in a way that allows them to be certain that they're hiring someone legally, and then we can hold them entirely accountable. If you have somebody illegal, the only reason you could possibly have that person under your employment is you did not do the proper steps. So it's very difficult. And you're right, Denise, there are safeguards, legal safeguards in place, but from this employment situation, they clearly must have some cracks in those safeguards because it's not having the effect of really protecting employers and not incurring costs upon them that is really making it possible to enforce our immigration laws, especially in the restaurant business. I mean, I know people in the restaurant business struggles very hard because of all the fraudulent identification that illegal individuals give to work in the restaurant industry. So, yeah, Denise, the Department of Labor, and I think we're still fixing that Department of Labor. It was pretty, whoo! I'm not even certain that, I'm not even certain what the Department of Labor is how effective it's even doing. And we have then this, what is it? The Labor Relations Board, the National Labor Relations Board, the NLRB as well, like a whole other, like that's just there to talk to unions. I feel like the Department of Labor got kind of roped into supporting unionism a little much, and this is why we have such a problem. It became a political tool, and it didn't actually do anything about enforcing our labor laws, which is what you'd think they'd be responsible for. So, Marsha, I love this. We invade and take Mexico. Marsha, don't get me started. I've often said some pretty interesting, I feel like maybe even just take a mile of Mexico, make sort of a demilitarized zone that we can patrol. But on their side, I don't want to waste any more of our land. We're already wasting enough of the southern part of the country in basically no-go zones because they're so dangerous, because they are such traffic routes for illegal immigration, for coyotes, for drug criminals, drug cartel activity, and they're dangerous. People cannot go there. They have signs up that say, don't go. If you're walking around here, it's dangerous because there's illegals coming in. So, no, we don't want to give up any more of our land. It's already too much. But I think that Trump is doing a great job by actually carefully investigating what kind of wall we're going to build. Any kind of wall is going to be helpful, but it's not just the wall. It's the wall plus the system in place. Border security, electronic surveillance, all of the other things that have to go with it, which will come with it. Everyone just, trust Trump a little bit. The guy knows what he's doing. He's getting this immigration thing. He's wrangling these just utter resist Democrats. He's got the media. He's got, that guy in the commercial where he's got the dollar, he's like, oh, you got to be quicker than that. This is Trump in the media. He's playing him so hard. So he's doing a great job. Everybody stop panicking. What we can do, and I wanted to thank Mark for mentioning it and for doing all the shares. What we can do is move forward in 2018. I wrote a great article. I think it's a great article. I'm going to say it. I wrote an article on my page, 5 New Year's Eve resolutions every Trump supporter should make. And we're just going to review them real quick. Yes. I'm going to have to take a look at that. Agree, Mary. An actual physical, there's going to be some places there's not a wall because it's just the terrain, there's water. You can't put a wall on water. There's areas that are going to have to be dealt with. So we have geographical strategies we're going to have to deal with, but there are some certain segments that, nice juicy wall would be great. Nice, big, healthy, strong, sturdy, unscalable wall. Great. And the patrolling of the wall. I mean, I don't think anybody on the Trump side is so naive to believe that whatever wall we put up, they're not going to try to figure out how to get over it. They're going to try. That's why they're testing how do you get over it now, to see which is the least easy to get over. That's why you put up a gate or a wall. That doesn't mean that nobody can ever get over it. It means that it's very difficult to get over. Usually by the time someone has figured out how to get over, they're there and can deal with the situation. So, that's the point. Now, yeah, and already tunnels. We're going to have to deal with tunnels. Now, many of the Trump wall designs actually deal with tunneling in certain ways. And there's a lot of sensors that can be used to go and really keep track of what's happening underground and prevent activity that way. But yes, underground, we're going to have to keep, people are going to find ways. But the thing is to make it as hard as possible so fewer people can find ways, and then it's easier to find those fewer people with border security and patrol. That's how it works. You put up a fence because then it's easier to find, because less people can get in, and then it's easier to find them. The few that you can focus on, the few that get in, you focus your attention on that. That's how it works. That's why you don't just put up a wall and then you don't secure it at all with nobody, patrols it. That's stupid. You put up a wall and then you patrol it. So the wall deters, most of the people, but the few intrepid folk, you got the patrol. That's how it works. It's hard to do, and the flood will slow to a trickle. Exactly, Marcia, a trickle. And what we want is a trickle. A trickle is something law enforcement can deal with. What we can't deal with is a flood that Border Patrol cannot possibly even keep up with, and has no way to even resist without massive numbers. It's a manpower thing. You can't put so many people on the border that you have no wall, and then you can't put just enough men to prevent the people from coming in. That's not going to happen. It's what we're trying to do as it stands, and the other side just watches and figures out ways to get across. So, wall, patrol, surveillance, relationship with Mexico, these are all components of border security. Denise, that's so awesome. I'm gonna have to take a look at it. So let's talk about, you guys want to talk about 5 New Year's resolutions that every Trump supporter should make this year. The article's on my page, but we're going to talk about it right now. Because I think there's some things that we as Trump supporters, 2018 is going to be a big, big year. Big, big year. They are to me too, Mary. In fact, I'll come in later and I will see more people have been commenting that I don't even see it all. It's very frustrating. And Zuckerberg can kiss my butt. That's my personal statement on that. So there's things that all Trump supporters, we're going to have to do 2018 in order to make 2018 really have the impact that we want it to have. The reason we elected Trump is to make America great again. In order to get our agenda enacted, in order to really move this country back in the right direction, there's some things that we should all resolve to do in 2018 that will help make America great again directly. And the first thing we should all be doing is helping to elect our MAGA candidates. We need to be getting involved with our MAGA candidates. I'm going to talk to Mary. I'm going to talk to you about that. Interesting idea. We need to be dealing with our MAGA candidates, helping our MAGA candidates, sharing their pages, sharing their information, donating our money when we can. If we have funds that we donate politically, usually don't give them to the RNC. The RNC is going to use that for establishment candidates. Don't give them to super PACs, because super PACs can be bought out by the same lobbyists that fund the establishment candidates. So then the super PAC is beholden to those candidates. So the best way to do it is to find candidates in the Trump movement you believe are solid Trumpers, you believe have some kind of shot, or even have a message that needs to be shared, even if they don't have a shot. To be honest, sometimes it's the message. Sometimes it's just the pressure. Find these candidates. Donate any political money you have to these individuals directly. So important. So we all should be doing everything we can, including sharing information about these MAGA candidates, because it not only helps support putting new people in office and draining the swamps directly, but it puts pressure. You guys, so important. It puts pressure on the establishment candidates, the incumbent candidates, to do what we elected Trump to do. And that pressure will have an impact, especially if we add to that pressure some new MAGA candidates we send here to DC to fill some old rhino shoes we've primaried out. So important. MAGA candidates. Get involved. Number two. Get involved in local politics. A lot of decisions are being made, and Mark Weiermuller will tell you this, Denise will tell you this, anybody who's engaged in politics at all, anyone who's gotten involved with the Republican Party, gotten involved with the delegate selection process, anybody who's tried knows there's a lot of stuff that's getting decided about who gets funding, who gets supported, what candidates get support, and who ends up getting sent here to the swamp that goes on in these local party meetings, in these county party events, in these activities. So get involved with that. Get involved with your school board. Get in with your council meetings. We can actually just make America great again a lot just by getting involved and helping make sound decisions, even at the local level. You know, not everything has to come down from the federal government. Trump doesn't have to tell us everything. We can go into our own communities, start making them great again by sound, freedom-based, patriot-based, conservative, libertarian policies, Republican, republic, small government, limited government policies. By advocating for that, we can do great work. We can do great work with that. So, number 2, get involved with local politics. Get involved with your local party. Even you don't have to like them, you guys. But here's the reality of the situation. We used the Republican Party to elect Trump, and now the Republican Party is led by Trump. Trump is the leader of the Republican Party, and I think it's not going to be us Trumpers' job to show up in the Republicans' face and remind them of that come 2018. So, number three, avoid the fake news. Now, I know it's next to impossible to avoid the fake news, but the stress that one can get from watching the fake news is not doing most people any good. It's doing very few of us any good whatsoever. But worse, what I've found is that we have a habit of is we get riled up and angry about the fake news. And sometimes the fake news is just some story, some method that Trump is manipulating the media with. The fake news. Oh, the global warming truth. There's a lot of fake news in there. We get all mad. Oh, you're just raising your blood pressure. You're just wasting your time with being stressed out about the fake news that you could be focused on other things and just be healthier and happier. We should have a healthy and happy new year. The best way I can see for that is to avoid fake news. Be aware the president might be using some of these fake news stories on purpose, egging them on a little bit intentionally. The more you keep your head out of that and sharing sound sources, so sources that you've vetted, sources that you find you trust the individuals making the news. There's a lot of citizen journalists going on, a lot of smaller sites. People like me, but many other people, many other sites that do a great job sharing real good information, including the Red Elephants. Got my Red Elephant shirt on. So this is a great place. There's a lot of great places to get the news, and you do a little research. Make sure you feel comfortable. You vetted it for your own sake. You think they're giving you good stuff, and then share it. Let other people be the judge. You report, we'll decide. Okay? We don't need you to tell us if it's fake news or not. We can decide for ourselves. If we think it's fake news, trust me, everyone in the Trump movement is going to tell you if it's fake news. They're going to. The first time anybody posts fake news, you can see it's just like fake news, fake. Everybody tells you. Everybody lets you know what's going on. So let's just review the top 3 for people who have joined the show. We're going through 5 resolutions every Trump supporter should make, and I'm glad for all the people who are tuning in right now because this is a great time to tune in because we should all be making these resolutions. Resolution number 1: help elect our MAGA candidates. Help elect our MAGA candidates in every way possible. Sharing, donating, contributing, volunteering time, whatever way you can. Number 2, get involved in local politics, whether it be the local party or state, city boards, school boards. If there's places, blanks, unfilled offices. A lot of offices are actually, they run unopposed because no one in the minority party ever actually runs. So, take a look at your local situation, get involved with local politics or get involved with the local party, delegate selection, all of these things so that we can continue to have some foothold as we go into 2020. Number three, avoid the fake news just for peace of mind. Find what you find your own real news and then share that with us. Number four, you guys, and I think this is going to be the next 2 things are actually really important. They seem kind of fun and casual, but they might be the most important of the resolutions. Number 4, make some Trump friends. Find some local Trump friends. We all have a lot of friends online. You can use your online friends to find friends that are local. You can connect more deeply with your online friends as well. But one of the things that we're finding so many people in the Trump movement I've been very nervous. We're nervous to wear our gear. We're nervous to go out in public and be seen and known as a Trump supporter. All of these things. We're nervous in this way. Now, we're doing that because we don't have a lot of Trump friends. And we're driving our lefty relatives crazy. Okay, we're breaking up families. And I don't think we're doing it. It's their hate, it's their anger, and it's their intolerance of us that's doing it. But that's bad on the psyche. Okay, that's bad for a mind. That's bad for people's brains. So what I think helps is having some Trump friends to get that out, vent it out. Somebody you can talk on the phone with. Be like, oh, did you see what Trump did today? I just love it. Yeah, I love it too. Because not everybody has a work environment where you can talk about it. Not everybody can't talk about it at school or church. Everybody has places where they feel inhibited. Find some Trump friends. Find some Trump friends. Go out, enjoy. Yes, exactly. Some people have been threatened by Antifa. There's a lot of fear. All the more reason to find yourself some comrades, some buds, some pals, some group to hang out with, or just one or two, even just one Trump friend bestie. But definitely important to create and build these social relationships. Number 4. Okay. So number 5, we're going to review all of them in a moment, but number 5, the final resolution you all should be making. Penny says, my boss wears a safety pin every freaking day. That's actually sad that he's still holding on to the safety pin bit. Really? That's sad. It's a sad situation. I know. Every time I accidentally say something slightly Russian, I'm like, damn it. Now they're going to know. Now they're going to know we're all Russians. Number 5, wear your Trump gear out in public. Everyone should make a resolution. I don't mean every day. I don't mean in every situation. I don't mean go, roaming into the dangerous part of town. Don't head to yoga class. Although, actually, if you go to yoga class in your Trump gear, please do that and actually film that. Because I will watch and share the heck out of that. Watching a whole room of yoga women, can you just imagine? A whole room of yoga women triggered by your Trump shirt while they're trying to do yoga. And you're like still gracefully doing yoga and they can't because they're so triggered. I'm sorry, I just had a little visual there. The hilarity can ensue. But you guys, the importance of wearing your Trump gear out. Pick a day, make a big deal of it or not. Do it every day. What I notice is the more I just relax when I wear it, I don't even notice I'm wearing it anymore. Sometimes I wonder why people are looking at me funny, then I realize, oh, I'm wearing a Trump shirt. The importance of wearing the gear is this, you guys. We are allowing the terrorists to win. The division in this country with Trump supporters, and Mary, you mentioned it even with the Antifa and the Antifa types, is political terrorism. It's political terrorism. They are trying to create a fear in us. They want to make us afraid to be public about our support. It's terrorism. And as we know, just like on 9/11, on any other time when we've had terrorist attacks, if you cave to the demands of the terrorists, if you change your life, if you fear them and change your behavior because of that fear, the terrorists will win. And we've let the left terrorists win for some time. They've had some significant battles, and every day that somebody gets up and says, I'm afraid to even say the word Trump because, everyone will attack me, they win another little victory. So we can defeat that. We can defeat that by wearing, look here, we're going to do this fun stuff. Yes. Yeah. Well, exactly. Thank you, Fred. So we're going to do it. Here we go. Because I had layers on, you guys. I had my layers on downtown because it was cold. Get your Trump gear. Get your Trump gear out. Wear it. Wear it out to a restaurant. Wear it out shopping. Wear it out doing something casual. You don't have to be in people's face. Just wear it. Most people are not going to even notice. You're going to find, for the most part, nobody even notices you're wearing it. And those who do, hey, nice Trump shirt. Or you'll get, and people just walk away. I wear Trump gear in Chicago, in DC, in some of the most urban, liberal cities in the country. It's fine. I'm telling you, it's not nearly as dangerous as you think. Be safe. Protect yourself. But wear your Trump gear. So let's review the 5. You can read these in my article. Please share the article. It's on a great page, The Political Storm. They're a great group of people who try to, really actually give a voice to people of all different politics, and definitely have made sure that us Trumpers continue to have a part in that. So that's so great. 5 New Year's resolutions. Help elect our MAGA candidates. Get involved in local politics. Get involved in your local politics. Avoid the fake news. Please avoid the fake news. Avoid the fake news. Make some Trump friends. Make some local Trump friends. Make some more online Trump friends. Make and associate, hang out, visit, chat with your Trump friends. Trump friend time. So important. And last but not least, wear your Trump gear. Wear your Trump gear. Make a resolution to at least, on a regular basis, have a dinner night or something and wear some Trump gear. Just make a resolution for it. I'm going to wear my Trump gear this year. I'm not going to be afraid. I'm going to just be proud of my president. Do it. Do it. That's all I can really say is do it. You'll feel great. You'll feel great doing it. And then come back and tell me when you did it. Tell me how awesome it feels when it has been done. So, that's our show for everybody tuned in later in the show. We were going to go to get a press conference with Miss Joy Vila today, but she did not. There was no press conference with Miss Joy Vila. She's canceled this press conference, and we're going to follow up on that moving forward. Thanks for tuning into the show, everybody. I want to thank everybody for sharing, those who have turned in and shared. We have a whole revamping going because I'm starting to get a nice regular rhythm with the show, and I really appreciate it. A lot of that is based on you guys participating and engaging on a regular basis. So I really, really appreciate it. But look for some exciting things. And with that, we're going to just... this is my new favorite track, you guys.
American dream.
Laser Snake. Have I shared the Laser Snake?
President,
Yes.
I will bring it back. Bigger and better.
Yes.
And
It's coming in.
stronger than ever before, and we will make America great again. Thank you. Thank you very much.
2016, year of the snake.
Make America great again.
Time for a change
Laser
in the
snake.
White House, y'all.
Time for a change in the White House, and we did that.
Liberty. Bring it.
Liberty, folks. Bring it. I'm all the way with this. I love you guys. It's your girl, Suzzanne Monk. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you, we'll see you again tomorrow. More topics, more good talk, and who knows? You never know who's going to show up on the show. You never know who's going to show up. So keep on keeping on. Keep on trumping on, my friends. Look out.